Yo, what you doing?
Drawing my OC? You want to see it?
Hmm. Hey, I hate to break it to you, but you're going to jail for this.
What?
Yeah, your OC looks like someone from Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and that's copying.
Nuh-uh. This is my OC. I took inspiration from the Wimpy Kid style.
But you still copied.
Copying is not the same as
No,
taking
you did
inspiration.
copy.
Dude, my
this thing looks
character
exactly
is not
like
Greg
from Diary.
Making fan art is a way for people to support their favorite characters from their favorite TV shows, movies, comic books, or video game franchise. My first fan art was based on the character from Beautiful Joe, and his name was D6, but what really made me want to become a cartoonist was Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I drew fan art based on Greg Heffley, but instead of his bald head with 3 strands of hair, I drew my character with spiky hair. What I drew was my first OC. I also started a journal called Diary of a Cool Kid and wrote and drew pictures the same way as the books, although most of it is a mix of my personal life and random superhero stuff. Going into middle school, however, people would make fun of me for keeping a diary. People accused me of copying the Wimpy Kid style and that I'm gonna get sued by the author and possibly go to jail for it. Please don't sue me, Jeff Kinney. I was your #1 fan at the time. I convinced the haters that I was going to make the book and publish it. Spoiler alert, I never did. The final nail in the coffin for me was when someone took my journal during lunch and got it back damaged after lunch was over. I blamed this one guy for damaging it even though he kept denying it. Since then, I stopped writing in my journal altogether. Since people accused me of copying, I reminded myself that I was not allowed to make fan art based on existing franchises or OCs that look like they could exist in another universe. I tried to draw my OC that didn't look like the Wimpy Kid style. It wasn't enough. Someone will say, my OC reminded them of this character from that franchise. At that point, I just want to rip my original creation apart and start all over. And so, throughout the rest of middle school and high school, I didn't take a single art class. I didn't share any of my works online. I was still drawing in my notebook, but my art progress had stalled because the Wimpy Kid style was the only art style I knew how to draw. That was until when I was in college when I watched a couple of art tutorials on YouTube such as Draw with Jawsaw. I tried some figure drawings and practices on my sketchbook, and that was the moment when I had the drive to draw again and improve my art. Ultimately, I decided to draw cartoons again and post them on social media. I posted cartoons of Fred and Lucas, which were the former names of Lenny and Lucas, on Instagram and later made comics for them for my college newspaper. When I posted Fred and Lucas online, people are reminded of Terrence and Phillip from South Park. Instead of trying to rip my own creation apart and starting all over again like last time, I just took the inspiration for granted. Fred and Lucas was also inspired by Diary of a Wimpy Kid since I wasn't allowed to watch South Park as a kid. When I was in college, a professor gave a lecture called Everything is a Remix by Kirby Ferguson. Your work comes from something that is familiar to others and the remix comes in when you put your own twist to it. If it weren't for Diary of a Wimpy Kid, I wouldn't have made Cool Kid, Lenny, nor Ruckus. In terms of fan art, I do make fan art on the side, don't get me wrong, but I cringe a little bit whenever I do make fan art. Did I make their proportions right? Is this how they act? What if I misrepresent them? Are people going to hate me for misrepresenting a character? I'm losing my mind! While I don't like making something that isn't mine, and you should definitely credit the person for something that you didn't make, I can't draw something out of nothing. I finally learned that nothing is 100% original, and there is nothing wrong with being inspired. Here are some of the inspirations for my recent Cool Kid OC. So if there's any young aspiring artists out there inspired by my works or other people's works, go out there and steal like an artist. Just don't take something and then claim it as your own. Also, if you have fan art that you would like to share with me, please post in my community tab or tag me with your fan art and it could be featured in the outro of every video. I promise I will not sue you for copying, since everything is a remix. In return, I will make fan art of you guys as my way of supporting you all. Please don't sue me or anything, alright? Alright, so final closing thoughts. So the reason why I didn't make fan art when I was in school was because I wasn't in a supportive community and I didn't bother to join any communities in the first place. Sure, drawing my OC based on Greg Heffley from Diary of Wimpy Kid was a skill issue on my end because I didn't take inspiration from multiple sources and transform my character in a different way. The reason why I'm in this community in the first place is because I wanted to meet cool people and collaborate and make cool stuff with them. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to Salarymander for lending his voice in the beginning of this video. Anyways, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed my video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you wanted to see more from me. Anyways, see ya.